Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live. Who's all here tonight? Welcome to my live show. Tonight we're going to cover inflation tomorrow. Could be big, could be crushing the markets. Markets already looking volatile. Going to be going over the economy. And of course, we got finger warrants to talk about. That's super exciting. And then GTI's lawsuit. Knott's video is awesome, so I'll be answering as many questions as I can, as usual, and going through the rest of the news and looking ahead into what could be a wild day tomorrow. So, welcome to the show, everybody. Let's see who's here first tonight. I can't even see, it doesn't let me. You guys were chatting too much. Chatting too much before I got here. It's just a big party without me, huh? You guys all having all fun without me. I see how it is. Look at all these peeps. I can't even call you all out tonight. ESK, Northwest, Charlie, Thomas, Jay, Barbara, AC. Jeff's in the house. Susan, Linda Telly, Polly V, Daniel Crawford. What's going on, guys? Michael Contaro, Troy Mine. What the F? I'm early. That's a true story. Peter Zuniga, what's going on? Sometimes I like to surprise you guys. Sometimes it's kind of fun to be on early. Now, the truth is my wife's working, and all my daughters went to spend the night with their mother-in-law, so I only had the two boys tonight. So we hung out, we watched some X-Men, we played a board game, and I get to get on early, so it works out. You know how it goes. Oh, Yukon, you lucky dogs. It's a good time to be Yukon. Knott's video was fantastic. I agree. It was awesome. He's on it, and it just makes me more excited for where we're going. Obviously, we don't want to have the management issues. That's not fun for anybody. But you know what? It's going to get handled, and the setup hasn't changed, so we're good. We's all good. Technologically spastic, what's going on? Blue 5, Thomas, talking to JR. JR's in the house? I didn't see him. Eric B's in the house. AP, you're a baby broker in 87? Eye opener, the illegal crap then. Oh, it's so much worse now. Gretchen, Colby, how we doing, guys? Coopers, you are just a minute late. Don't worry about it. Blue 5, hang out for a little bit. That's all right. International, Costa Rica. Welcome. FNGR, hopefully Finger can get a flow of good news coming out over the coming weeks. Oh, I think this is the beginning. I really do. So let's, I know that's what everybody's going to want to talk about first. So let's get right into Finger. Finger just smashing it right now. Look at this beautiful day we had. Back-to-back beautiful days. Approaching 350. Just crushing it. We love it. We love to see it. And on top of that, old Finger filed an S3 today for warrants. So that is probably, in my opinion, the dividend we're getting. And look, guys, last time we had warrants in one of our stocks, it was in GTII. They had the warrants for 275, and that's when the stock ran to 9. So warrants puts an incredible amount of pressure on the shorts. And the good news for each of you guys is that if the stock runs and is going crazy, you will now be able to exercise warrants and still buy more stock at just $7. So if Finger is $25, $30, $100, you can buy in at $7. That's pretty exciting. And it's basically a 1 to 10. So for every 10 shares you have, you get a warrant. 10 warrants equals a common share if you decide to exercise them. So that was huge last time for GTII, and we can hope the same for Finger here. Listen, I haven't talked to him today. I haven't made any plans with him, but if he wants to call in, I'll be available. I will set my phone to make sure I hear it if he calls. So, but yeah, I think this is going to start some good news off for Finger for sure. Finger did hit 360 at one point today. You're right, the one. That was awesome. How many shows are we going to have tonight? I don't know. Can we have more than last night? That was a record. That was fun. Can't believe global warming caused the earthquake. Oh, Vin, man, you're killing me. some, the View was saying that global warming's causing the eclipse too. These people are so stupid. Oh, it's unbelievable. Anyways, you're getting me off track, buddy. You're getting me off track. AP, we're wiring orders and got on the phone to the floor. Essentially, our floor trader said retail screwed. All floor traders trading their own stuff. No execution until the next day. That was an 87. Dang. What's up, Kathy? Richie, funny, just finished playing board game and finished. Nice. Patricio, it's been a while, man. Good to see you. Higher lows, higher highs. I love it. Fatal One. Welcome, Fatal One. I don't recognize you, so welcome. Welcome to the show. I don't know if the warrants are exercisable immediately. I think it said May 1st. So we'll see how that goes. Charlie, what's up? Hey, man, how's it going? Northwest, add you to the shill list? No, you're too good for that. But check it out. I mean, Finger didn't even trade 1 million today. We still haven't hit that number on the volume. Still hasn't just significantly climbed up. And yet we are just climbing. I mean, look at this beautiful chart the last couple of days. Just actually, that's just today. Let's go back 5 days. I mean, we've just been having a good old time. There's 357. This is beautiful. And as far as I know, this trend line isn't going to stop anytime soon at the moment. I have a feeling we're going to get more momentum in tomorrow with those warrants, because there's going to be people wanting to buy in so they can accumulate warrants for when it's time. Because I didn't even see in the S3 a record date yet. So they haven't even set the record date yet, which means you can continue to accumulate right now in order to get more warrants later. So pretty exciting stuff. David, can I explain that again? Yeah. So, all right. So guys, a warrant means you have the option to buy more shares later at a specific price. So the price for the warrants is $7. That's how much it'll cost you if you want to exercise them when the time comes. So you don't want to exercise them until the price goes up. All right. Now what's going to happen is every share you have counts as a warrant, and 10 warrants when it's time can be traded in for one common share, and that common share you'll have to pay $7 for. All right. At least that's how I understand it. So say you have 1,000 Finger shares right now. That's going to give you 1,000 warrants that can be traded in later for 100 shares at $7. So for $700, you can get 100 more shares, which is incredibly valuable if Finger starts going up the way we expect it to. So if Finger's at 20, 25, 30, you can jump in and buy 100 more shares at $7. That's what it is. So it's like putting and these are, you get to hold these warrants until 2026. So you basically have the option if Finger runs, and even if it comes and settles back down, let's say it shoots up to the moon, you forget about your warrants, it's too busy, and all of a sudden it comes crashing back down, but it settles at $60. Well, now you can go and still use those warrants and buy at $7, and you'll get to sell them at $60. It's actually very valuable. It's very valuable. So I hope that explains it. Pete says, a real short been reported tonight yet? You refreshed too many times. I don't know. I didn't see it. As the last minute today, Finger pegged 15 cents green. Nice. Gretchen, the creation of the warrants dilute the stock, or do they come from already existing shares? I don't know. I'm guessing that there'll be a little bit of a dilution, like a 10% dilution because of this, would be my guess, but because they're holding it at a certain price. What's up, Bug? Shout out to Jimbo and Jordan, also turned in my live. Oh, all right. Jimbo and Jordan, what's up? Eric, can I exercise the warrants and sell it immediately? I imagine so. I don't think there's any. I don't believe there's a restriction on them once they're exercised. I didn't see that. Now I could be wrong, but yeah, Thomas, we're up after hours. I see us up 11 cents. Is it up further somewhere else? Will the warrants trade? They might. I think it did say that there would be a warrant ticker. I think it was finger W, FNGR W. What's up, WV? Year 2024, celebrities, other YouTubers getting exposed, gigs up. Well, are you saying I'm going to be exposed? Is it my time? You guys finally going to unmask me? Uh-oh. I know, fingers ringing the bell on the 25th. You stole my tweet, man. I was going to read that later, but that's all right. Valuable until brokerage companies do their black. Well, you know, we got to believe better than that. Like, this is what we got to keep doing. Yeah, this should put more pressure on the shorts. So you're not technically diluted as you get 10%. Thank you, Joe. So that's awesome. Thank you, Joe. So David, just again, last time when GTI did warrants, they issued them to be executed at 275. That's when the GTI ran to $9. Okay, the warrants were issued, and it was just a few weeks later it ran to 9. So this does put pressure on the shorts for sure. I know, WV. I'm joking. I don't know how long it takes to exercise a warrant, Matthew. That's something we'll just have to see. I don't know the naked shorts process warrant requirements. I really don't. I just know that anytime a dividend or anything like this that's attached to shares, if the shorts are short on those, they are the ones who have to deliver it. So there you go. They have to deliver the value of it. Cindy, Avalon, what's up? And listen, here's the deal on the short side of it. I guarantee you one of the reasons Finger took their time with this is because they wanted to do the thing that would hurt the shorts the most. You know, they have Ham working with them. They're talking to everybody. It took them a while to get this done. And Martin Shen is no dummy. So I believe they did this because they thought this at this time was the best way to put the hurt on shorts. So you're welcome, Tom. Thank you. Mark, are the broker dealers definitely activating GTI dividend? There's no guarantee on that at all, market. No, but the pressure remains on them. So, Jay, you should be able to sell the warrants, collect the cash. Warrants typically do not dilute shares. UT actually helps Finger raise cash by stock, strengthen our position. It doesn't like my ad blocker. All right, thank you. You can go away now. There we go. Oh yeah, thanks, James. Yeah, please hit the like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate it, guys. What's up, Damit? Damn it, Sean. I still don't know how to say that. Mike and Terry, you didn't steal anything from me. You sent me the grass. That's right, you did. Beetle, William and Ham ghosting us. They're not ghosting on us. What are you talking about ghosting us? Like, you're just making fun of how's Ham ghosting us? He did call today. He's done 3 calls in a row. He's still doing calls every single day with William for anybody. He publicly puts them out there for anybody to tune in. There's no ghosting whatsoever. He's still tweeting. William is taking a break from YouTube for his mental health. And that's totally fine. I get it. It's hard to do these shows every day. And, you know, I'm more techie than William. I grew up with this. I grew up with the internet. William did not. He's older. And it was just wearing on him. He needs a break. There's no ghosting. Are you kidding me? Like, how do you call ghosting when they're doing calls every day? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. And we're in the red? We're not deep in the red. Finger's killing it right now. Finger's killing it. Marlon, a warrant is the ability to buy shares at a certain price, no matter what the price is on Finger. So it's locking in for you the ability to buy more shares at $7, even if Finger's at $100. Okay, so that's why it's awesome. Jay, I'm not skipping your comments, man. I call out what I see, buddy. So they just must not all go through. I'm sorry. Your prediction for tomorrow, so you're on the record. What's that? Yeah, I got unplugged sometimes for sure. I don't know, our first show. It's funny. Recordings can't always listen live. Well, somebody did record it today. I can't remember who it was, but they did. They held it on a space call. So Ham's afraid of my prowess. Ham's not afraid of me at all. No, there's nothing to be afraid of. Take a look at what happened to Beetlebuck for 500. It's a free option. Exactly, guys. Exactly. It's really killer. I would pull up the S3, but there's really no point. It's a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo. I broke it down to you the best way I could. I'll do it one more time for anybody who's new, and then we're going to move on with other stuff, okay? But Finger today filed the S3 for warrants. This is acting as a dividend for us. It's incredibly valuable. What it's going to do is that every single share you have gives you a warrant. All right. That warrant by itself, who knows, I don't know how it's going to be valued or anything. But when the time comes, those warrants can be traded in. 10 of them can be traded in to collect one share at $7. And it's locked in that price, $7. So right now you wouldn't want to do it because our price is $3.40. But when Finger runs to 15, 25, 50, 100, 250, whatever you guys want to imagine, when it runs to those numbers, it means that you will be able to trade in your warrants, get shares back. You'll have to pay for them, but you'll get them back at that low price, and then you'll be able to sell them at the higher prices. It's basically free money once the price goes up. And so that's exciting stuff. So, okay, so Harmon recorded it. It's in one of Ham's comments. So there you go, guys. If you wanted Ham's call, go in the comments, Ham's comments on there, and find the space call from Tim Harmon. All right. I'm not skipping your comments, Troy. I call out 90% of the comments I see. I only skip the dumb ones or the ones I've already answered, or the ones where you guys are talking to each other. That's basically all I skip. Although the more this populates, the harder it is to keep up. So sometimes I just have to skip more the more you guys chat. I'm getting worked up, man. I'm getting worked up. Meekers, how's it going? Look at Finger. Wonder what the price be. I think we're going to have a good time. Yeah, Giannis recorded it too. So there you go. Unpredictable market. Don't be surprised if GTI runs before Finger. I mean, there's no way to know, right? I mean, it's impossible to say what'll run, what won't. GTI today is just barely down. It's like they're just playing with the stock right now, but they're unable to get it down again. 350,000 traded, down not even a full percentage point. It's just chilling in this area. But that big attack that launched last week, they just haven't been able to hold it. So and then GTI today had news as well. So GTI today appointed a new chief operations officer, not a CEO. I know that was out there. RRR put that out there. He admitted it was a mistake. He said on accident. But so they have a new COO. This is mixed news to me. The mixed news is because this guy was hired originally back in December. And at that point we were excited because he has a great track record. But since December, nothing's happened. So nothing's really gotten done, which makes me wonder if he's past his prime or whatever. I don't know. But Knott also said he's a great guy. He's actually talked to him. So he seems like a really nice guy, but he also hasn't been impressed with what he's been doing. So I don't know what to think of on GTI's new. Maybe he's waiting to get to this position. Maybe I have no idea what's going on with this. So for me, I'm just in wait and see mode. But then also on top of that, Knott filed his lawsuit today. Now, I recommend you guys go watch his video as he breaks it down. He does so wonderfully. He really has a grasp on where GTI is right now. But I watched his whole video. It's excellent. And I want to say that he was able to open the bag on a couple things that I've known about. And so now I can freely talk about them, which makes me very happy. And one of those things is the fact that there are a couple deals lined up that are in the billions of dollars for GTII. And we're just hoping that it's one of the reasons Knott has been so frustrated with GTI is we know these deals are on the table and we know that GTI has just not been getting it done. So the deals are not guaranteeing squeezes if they get done, but what they would do is significantly higher our floor. So GTI, if you're watching, get it done. I mean, it's time. We love you guys. You've fought for us a lot over the years. You got us this far, and we're not going anywhere. But it's our company now too. And if you're not invested enough in this, then just get out of the way and let somebody else take it over. It's fine. You guys can ride off in the sunset with your shares and enjoy the squeeze price. But it's time for us to do this. It's time to get stuff done. So this needs to get done. Deals need to get done. And just from what I know is on the table, yeah, GTI could be worth billions easily by the end of the year, and probably even sooner. Actually, I think much sooner, the way certain things are lined up. And I tell you what, guys, part of the fight has been that just people are ready to do deals with GTI because they're invested. They're very invested in GTI as well, based on all what's been going on. So I'm telling you, very exciting things are on the table. It just needs to get done. And hopefully today was, if Luke Rabari coming on as COO is going to be a part of this and get stuff done, then awesome. I am thrilled about it. But if not, then hopefully Knott's lawsuit pushes them in the right direction for something else. So, but just good stuff overall. Beetlebug, you can listen to him live. He posts it on Twitter, and he does a call where you can call into a conference call and listen to him talk with William. And then some people record it. And so the recording's available, but it is on Twitter, not YouTube. I'm sorry. There'll be a surge in buying because people will definitely want more of these warrants. That's 100% true. Yeah. Well, E-Trade's going to have a harder time ignoring Finger's warrants than GTI's because Finger is NASDAQ and Finger is a much more powerful company at this point than GTI. So it'll have a much harder time messing around with Finger's dividends and warrants than GTI's. Do I think the broker dealers will be able to assign a QSIP number for the warrants? I think it'll be different this time, but we'll have to watch out and see. How much longer am I holding ZJYL? I mean, at this point, it's so far down, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Bill Cooper, just to confirm, April 25th, the last day we have in order to participate for the correct warrants. I don't know. I didn't see a record date on there. Thank you, Troy. Paulie, in Williams' meeting in New York, he mentioned he was with Trento Guy and Water Company and other important people. Is Trento still a possibility? From what I know, I can't say too much, but from what I know, I think Trento has moved on. But I do believe there is more mines because of the connections made from the Trento deal that I don't believe is still on the table, but I do believe there's other mines that that could work out. So, but I don't have specifics on that. Jay, you think we get good reports tomorrow? You think we see core PCI drop? Really? I don't think so. I think CPI is coming in hot, but and we're going to talk about that in a minute. You're not even religious. You follow the other channel. Thank you, Troy. Jenny says Luke is a very nice guy, very smart. Okay, thank you, Jenny. Jenny does great research, by the way. Northwest, I could place the chat comments on the screen on marquee to not miss the comments. It is, I see them all the time, but I have a chat right in front of me, Northwest. I see everything that's posted. Why would they not want to do it? You mean E-Trade? Could I find out if Ham knows if the people he knows in ZJWell have got their physical shares from IBKR? I will see if I can find that out. Maybe by tomorrow. This isn't the same kind of lawsuit as AMC, Kal-El. Thanks, Terry. Lynn's cringing on the word once. That's right, yeah. I'm skipping? Oh, no. Joe, it's not restricted. You believe it's getting a symbol. It is getting a symbol. It's getting a finger W. It's FNGR W. So they'll have to cover a counterfeit. That's right. Joe's absolutely right. And JR says he couldn't pry my ZJYL from my cold head hands. That's all I'll say. I think JR knows something. Dave, I'm not excited about GTL until the move their asses lawsuit. Well, you don't have to be excited, but I would say that I'm not worried. Let me put it that way. I'm not worried. It's just a matter of time. And I think things are starting to move. So I don't think, no, this is not Ape at all. It's not the same thing at all, Matthew. On Ape, they literally divided our shares and created an entirely new security. This is a warrant. This is an extension of shares, basically, because that's what they're used for. So it's completely different than Ape. Ape was a whole new security. Ape stole from us. Ape ripped off AMC and took $7 or $9 off of AMC. It was 22, and on Monday AMC was 13 and Ape was 9. So it split our security. Ape was a hack job. It was a thievery. Yeah, I think William's working more now too. Offer them an autographed ace hat. Yeah, we'll see how far that goes. You guys crack me up. Okay, real quick. I'm about to go jump into other stuff. I will continue to answer questions, but there's a lot to talk about today, so I want to keep moving. But I'm also real quick going to do, again, a shameless plug because I can. This is my channel. But as most of you guys know, I started a new channel. And it's right here. This is for the people who enjoy my talk on religion and more of the political side of things, seeing current events through like the spiritual perspective I do, Christian biblical perspective. I've split this because I want to focus more on economics and stocks on this channel and move the other stuff over there. It doesn't mean there won't ever be cross-pollination, because there obviously will, because I'm the same guy. But that's where this will be focused, on that other channel. And so just so you guys know, all I'm asking is you subscribe, even if you don't like it, just because if you like this content, just to support me, get that channel off its feet. That's all I'm asking. And so if you guys would check that out, I'd appreciate it. And that's it. That's my shameless plug. That's all I'm going to plug on that. And probably one more time at the end. But yeah, so it's Epic Awakening, because Epic is a season, EPOCH, it's like a major season in history. I believe we're entering into this is the end of one season going into another one, and I believe crazy things are coming. So if you like that side of my content, that page will be devoted to it, and you guys can check it all out there. So a lot of you have already done it. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. Okay, let's get moving on to the other stuff here. You like the new channel video? Thank you. Thanks, the one you're subscribed. Awesome. Ed Chabowski, what's my position in GTII? I have a few thousand shares in GTII. It's under 10,000, but I got my shares a while ago. I have had like no money to keep putting in at Chabowski. I live paycheck to paycheck. This inflation's been killing me, honestly. It's been really tough. So I haven't been able to add to my GTI position in months. And so I don't have big money, because I've never had big money in my life. GTI and Finger are my shots at big money. And that's what I'm trying. That's one of the reasons I'm invested in this, to change my life. And so that's one of the reasons I do these streams too, because I am one of you guys. I am not a big fish. I'm not a trader. I'm not making a bunch of money on this stuff day to day. I just am. I'm trying to change my life and my family's life. So yeah, William is specialty with mining. Yeah. Thanks for the likes, guys. You were number one, Joe, man. You were, man. You were. Never saw what in the Old Testament, Jay? I must have missed another comment of yours, Jay. We're all in the same stocks plus. Yeah. I missed your other one, though. I think GTI and Finger are both significant. Finger, I think, at this point could easily pass. I did a long breakdown on Finger prices last night, and I still think GTI could touch 4 digits. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Joy, you have 40,000 GTI, man. I'm jealous, honestly, because I believe about that stuff. Vince, you need to brag on myself for a minute. Tell his followers it's 10 cents a day for. Oh, well, thank you, Vince. Vince is shouting out my membership. For $3 a month, guys, you get extra 3-4 lives a month on the weekends. And so that's what Vince is talking about. And it helps support me for the time I put in. That's what he's talking about. So you can join on the channel. If you have an Apple device, it won't let you join on the app. You have to actually go to YouTube from a browser to join if you're interested. So 120,000 shares GTI Honey Badger. Dang, man, you're going to be set when this goes. Good for you. All right, let's look through the rest of this. And remember, guys, I know a lot of you here just for the stock stuff, but this is important. It's important to look at the markets and the economy, because if this goes dump, our stocks go up. I've shown you guys how it works. I've done the videos with the deep dives on how it works. If the economy goes down, why it kills naked shorts and all that. And so that's why we keep up with this stuff, because it's very important. And on top of that, it helps you guys make decisions, because there's a lot of information that is just not shared. You're not going to find on CNBC. You're not going to find on Fox Business. You have to go digging, and thank God for Twitter. Makes it fairly easy to find once you know where you're looking. So, but Game of Trades puts out, this is the first time a 1 year monthly core inflation jumped by 0.4%. If tomorrow's inflation print confirms uptick, the markets could be in for a shock. So there was a lot of talk today of a leak on CPI. And this is what he's talking about here, the leak that's going around. If tomorrow's inflation confirms uptick, markets could be in for a shock. So just be ready. I have a feeling that it's not... I don't think it's going down. I really don't. I think inflation is going to continue to run hot here for a while. And one of the reasons is nothing's really changed. And the job numbers, even though it's all part-time jobs, the job numbers and the unemployment rate going down and then manufacturing ticking up, all the signals have been for inflation to continue going up. So that's what we're watching for tomorrow. And a hot CPI print could be really, really scary for the market. Some people thought the sell-off today was getting in front of it tomorrow, but I don't think so because they started buying in towards the end. So let's keep seeing what happens tomorrow, but be ready for that. Okay, I've been saying this over and over again. Now Zero Hedge is doing articles on it. Liquidity is drying up, and it says in the next several weeks we could see 300 billion of liquidity leaving the system. Great story. Zero Hedge does amazing work. I love Zero Hedge. You guys should check out their stuff. They get great economists writing stuff for them from all over the world, and in general just good stuff. And so check it out. But liquidity is drying up, which liquidity drying up kills the stock market. It kills the stock market, especially because we're so concentrated as passive investors, and it kills short sellers, especially trapped ones. And that's what we got. So again, just more and more signs of that, but we're getting ready to see 300 billion leave. And one of the reasons for that is reverse repo is about to wind down and could be empty by the end of May, early June. Thomas Dubois says blood red market tomorrow. I think that's very possible. Optics makes 0 sense. GTI would not get a deal done with Reichman in the late 70s. Listen, Optics, that's why the frustration's there. And that's why we're fighting to, and we're going up against management and saying it's time to get it done. Avalon, you think Syntax on X is wanting to talk to me? Really? Yeah, I will talk to Syntax. Let's get it going, and then maybe I could have her on one of these nights. You're welcome, Dustin. Corey, what's up? Joel, you're showing your house and sold closings on the 15th. Oh, you're closed on the 15th. Good for you, man. That's awesome. All right, let me continue here. All right, so NVIDIA has started going down. This guy's calling it that the bubble has popped. If that's true, we could be in for a real wild ride. It says Eli Lilly is not far behind, but you guys know how I feel about it. I've been saying that I do believe in AI long term, but I believe that right now it's a bubble. Just like in 2000, when the internet was obviously about to take off and change all of our lives, but the stocks were still in a bubble for the minute. And that bubble popped. And I believe AI is about to pop before the long-term steadier gains start growing. Right now, it's that excitement, that early speculation, jump into the stock market. And if he's right, NVIDIA is finally popping, the entire stock market is going to be following quickly. NVIDIA has been the one thing, other than the hope for rate cuts, it's been the only other thing people have been excited about for propelling the market forward. And so this could be a really big deal that's about to go. Alan, you tune into Ham's calls when he announces them on Twitter and you call in. That's really the only way to do it. All right, Northwest, go feed those horses. Jay, 6 trillion on the sidelines waiting to jump in. Good numbers. All right, Jay, well, we're going to find out. We'll find out which one of us is right. The only way we can see is by which one goes which way. You're welcome, Todd. Thank you. MMTLP could be the biggest scandal in history. I mean, I still have hope for you guys. I really do. Just give it a little more time. A lot of people were saying it was going to be this summer. So I didn't say AI is a bubble by itself, Jay. I believe in AI long term. I believe the stocks right now are in a bubble, and that's why I keep saying. So All right, straight line from 1899. I thought this graph was fascinating. I love it. If you think this time's different, I have news for you. So here we have 125 years of a straight line stock market here. How wild is that? And you see 1929, the crash, the rise up, 2000 crash, '08, just pretty wild. But it does look like we're pretty due for a crash. I mean, look how long it's been since we had a major crash. You see that upward trend right there, all that green? That's pretty impressive. So we might be due for something like this. And I'm obviously not alone in calling for that. I have no idea how far it'll be, but I do think it's coming. And I think it's coming sooner than later, especially if the numbers continue to do what they're doing. Inflation tomorrow could be nuts. That could really set it off. If inflation comes in hot tomorrow, here's why I think the market's going to start turning down. It will take rate cuts for June off the table. It'll pretty much completely remove it off the table. The Fed was already waiting for unemployment to get to 4%. That was the number they were looking for rate cuts to start. And guess what? It was at 3.9 and went down to 3.8. All right, so this is it's getting very interesting with how volatile this is getting, because the news is starting to affect it greatly. And as you guys have noticed, since April 1st, the beginning of the new quarter, the stock market is down considerably. Dow is down over 800 points since the first. So it keeps trying to fight back up and keep getting knocked down. So we're just gonna have to keep watching. Kobisi letter. This is crazy about the housing market. A record high, 1 out of every 3 homes for sale is now a new home. Comparison, after the '08 financial crisis, 1 out of 20 was a new home. Just 4 years ago, only 16% were new construction. Even in '06, 19%. For the first time since '05, median price of existing homes about to cross the new home. What does it mean when the new is cheaper than old? Well, for one thing, people holding on to their old houses. And that's why the affordability is so low, despite the fact that interest rates and basically everything is shown that we should be. There's been defaulting going up, all kinds of stuff like that that's showing that we should be heading this downturn where prices should be getting cheaper, but they're not, because people don't want to sell. But it's only a matter of time, I'm telling you, with the Airbnbs and stuff that'll start hitting. But right now that's hitting up. But anyways, just crazy numbers. The housing market is a mess. It really is. More loan defaults expected. This is Fitch ratings. Deteriorating outlook for leveraged market after challenging 2023. This came out today. But Fitch ratings says the leveraged finance market is showing some signs of improvement, even though the outlook for the sector is deteriorating. How do you put that in the same sentence? The leveraged finance market showing signs of improvement, but the outlook is deteriorating. How are you showing signs of improvement if the outlook's deteriorating? To me, that sounds like some fancy marketer, writer person or editor tried to make that sentence sound a lot better. This is what really matters. The outlook for the sector is deteriorating. In other words, the foundation is getting worse. It's getting rattled and it's getting worse. And this is Fitch ratings, guys. This is not some conspiracy theorists. This is one of our great credit ratings companies. Ham's calls are not on YouTube right now. They're on X, Alan. They're actually not on X, but he posts them on X, and that's how you call in. You're hearing 5,000, 25,000 a share for MMTLP? Those are crazy numbers. Giannis is easier to find for the recording, Terry. Find Giannis on X and you'll find a space call. Gensler got married to Cook and they were dressed like I don't know anything about that. Nicole, I did not see a record date for the warrants yet. So, all right, let's keep moving. All right, this is fascinating. Okay, 1.6 million part-time jobs created in the 4 months through March, period over which there are 1.8 million full-time jobs lost. U6 underemployed rate is the most relevant to discussion of wages. Here's the U6 number. This is the real unemployment right now. Okay, that 3.8 number is nonsense. They changed that number back in the Bush and Obama administrations combined. They did it in the transition time period. They changed what they started using as the unemployment numbers to make things look better, and so the recovery would look better and faster. But this is closer to the original number we used to use, and so this gives us a more accurate look at what the true unemployment number is historically speaking. 7.3%. This economy is in a tough place, guys. It really is. Jay, you know when they say, for example, expecting inflation 3%, for example, do I know they round up and down almost around the actual percentage? I don't know what you mean by that, Jay. That sentence doesn't make sense to me. The warrants are for finger. Yes, that's correct. Okay, since the beginning of the year, there have been a crap ton in Treasury settlement failures at the DTCC, bringing the daily settlement failure to 26,950,470,398 as of April 8th, 2024. Daily settlement failure average right now is 27 billion a day. These trades are not being settled. Ham always says, settle the trades, we win. Settle the trades, we win. That is an astronomically insane number. Astronomically insane number. I don't even know how we're continuing on right now. U.S. Treasury settlement failures are facilitated by FICC, DTCC subsidiary, simultaneously covered clearing agency, self-regulatory organization, central clearing counterparty, as well as a sole central counterparty to process trades, ergo U.S. Treasury securities. It should be also noted that penalties for the FTDs, there's a loophole. There's a loophole where there's no financial charge for failing unless the rate's greater or equal to 3%. Firms that have failed to deliver Treasury securities in time to settle a trade have not paid fees for 386 consecutive trading days. That's over a year. No fees being. This is asinine, guys. This should not be, but here we are. The Treasury settlement, what is it? What is it? Our government's not even running right now. It's like this is all a joke. Everything's a joke. And it's all has to come to pay the piper eventually. Just insane. All right. Well, Jim Cramer threw a wrench in my craw today. Cramer says the economy is strong, which means we know it's not. But then he pulled the inverse on my no rate cuts. So that's not fun for me, because I don't. Now I have to deal with the fact that I'm on Jim Cramer's side when it comes to saying rate cuts aren't coming. I don't like that. So this is my official position after I've had time to think about it. My official position is that I still don't think we'll see a rate cut till September at the earliest. I'm not going to change on that. But how I'm going to hold on the inverse Cramer is I think he's lying in the first part, that the economy is strong. That's the inverse Cramer part. And the second part is just him getting ahead of the narrative. That's how I'm going to play this game for now, because I personally still don't see how we're having rate cuts. But I hate being on the same side as Jim Cramer on that. It's not fun for me. It's really not fun for me. So anyways, I just had to show that, because inverse Cramer is it's never good to be on the side of the opposite of the inverse Cramer effect. And right now I am. So I'm not a fan of that. Avalon, the scary part is how many are underemployed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Jenny, you lost your internet for a bit. I'm sorry. You don't buy the warrants, Joel. They're going to be based on how many shares you have. So, Akira, what's up with Benzinga trying to shut us down with a fake report? They're going to have to retract that also. They should. Yeah. Was that you who sent that to me? That was crazy. Thomas, credit unions along with banks giving 5, 6, 7% interest. Can you say they're hurting for our money to play with? Which banks are giving that much? I have not seen a bank giving that high of interest yet. Unless you're talking about CDs, but I still see most banks around 1%. Liquidity crisis telltale sign. That is, though, you're right about that. If they're giving that high, if inflation's actually 2.4, they'll post 2.0, or if it comes at 2.4, they'll round up. Oh, is that what you? I don't agree with that, Jay. Why would they keep posting it at 3.8, 3.7, 3.4? So I haven't seen that to be true. What you're saying. Yeah, I'm the inverse Kramer. CNBC does love Biden. That's very true. SoFi is giving 4.6%. That's awesome. Wow. I had no idea. I should look into that because I have SoFi for a checking account. What's up, Scarpaza? All right. I had to play this because this has nothing to do with what I'm talking about tonight, but this might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard somebody say. And so I just had to share it because it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh because you have to laugh or you'll cry that these people are politicians. So this is for you guys. Enjoy.
And sometimes you've heard the word full moon. And sometimes you need to take the opportunity just to come out and see a full moon is that complete rounded circle, which is made up mostly of gases. And that's why the question is why or how could we as humans live on the moon? Are the gases such that we could do that? The sun is a mighty powerful heat that is almost impossible to go near the sun. The moon is more manageable, and you will see in a moment, or not a moment, you'll see in a couple of years that NASA is going back to the moon.
There you go, guys. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. So, great. It's just good to know we have such brilliant people in our running our government. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, Jay, I'm just telling you that how can I agree with that when I haven't seen that to be a fact? That's what I'm telling you. Now, you might say that is what they base their decisions on is by rounding, but that's not what they report. Capital One's giving 5% in high yield interest savings. Nice. Wow. So they are raising. Okay. I haven't seen anything above 1.4. I think was the highest I've seen, but I haven't been looking that much. So she reminds you of Kamala. She's full of gas. She's, yeah, that unbelievable. Oh my God. I know. Let's move on. I just can't do it anymore. KYP in the house. What's going on, friend? All right. So here's the Luke Rabari. We already talked about it, but this is the official press release. GTII brings on Luke Rabari. He does have a good track record. So, we just haven't seen it with us yet, but they said they retained his services last December to assist management with refocusing short-term goals, including a retirement succession plan for senior management. To me, that means the CEO, its current structure and day-to-day operations. Began his capital markets career in 93 as derivatives trader, equity options on the CBOE, part of management team involved in the sale of the firm to TD Bank, blah, blah, blah. He's got a great record. So we got to hope that he actually starts getting some stuff done. It would be great to see, obviously. So let's hope. Oh, I just lost something, but that's fun. I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Gold continues to go up, and what happens when gold's going up? Well, people buying into gold for a lot of reasons, but usually it's flight to safety. So we'll have to keep watching on that. But I mean, last I saw, gold was up another all-time high today. So it went down a little bit. I think it was at 23.79 at one point, but still these prices, I mean, it's not long until it breaks 2,400. Just absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. All right. U.S. private financial sector financial assets 6 times larger than the entire U.S. economy, near the record of 6.3. Value has skyrocketed since October. Even during the great financial crisis, ratio peaked at 5 just before QE started. After interest rates slashed to zero, $4 trillion in stimulus handout, financial assets have seen the largest surge in history. As a result, the top 1% of Americans now control a record 30% of all wealth in the U.S. Those without hard assets left behind in 2020. Absolutely an asinine. I mean, you see that it peaked in COVID. I wonder why. And then it went back down, but has been rising back up again. This is so far been the largest transfer of wealth to the wealthy in history. It sickens me. And it's been going on, as you guys can see, since the crash of '08. It's just been a steady climb up. The corrections tend to bring it back down. It's mostly the wealthy who lose in these corrections, and then people become wealthy as a result too. But it's people taking advantage of whatever the bubbles are. And to me, every time we've gotten high like this, there's always a come down. And so here we are, and I think just another sign it's coming. Zero hedge, something's breaking. Another great article. I suggest you guys check it out. But you can see right here, this is the beginning of this trend. This is the last time we crashed, March 2020. And this is where we're at right now. And this is what they're saying. It could be coming really soon. It would not surprise me. Everyone's asking, who's buying gold? Is the question. The central banks. So that's fun. Now this kind of throws some fire onto the CBDC conspiracies. I personally think they want to do it. I don't think they'll pull it off. And I've talked about that many times. But CB quarterly gold consumption skyrocketed since early 2022. PBOC has now bought gold for 17 straight months. Russian central bank accelerates buying this month. We can see parabolic moves. It's a retail crowd in the West also jumps in. So this has not been retail yet. It's been central banks and big buyers. So if retail starts jumping in on gold, watch out. But that's the thing is they're enjoying retail jumping into the stocks right now, pumping up the stock market so they can rug pull us. That's just what I think, and I'm watching on that. You want 2/8 of whatever she's smoking? Big JR, check your local credit union for money market savings with monthly dividends. Really? Up to 3% monthly? Wow. That's awesome, JR. I'll have to look into that. Thomas, remember folks, Washington, D.C. allowed Mayor Marion Barry to remain mayor after getting caught smoking crack and got reelected. Oh, God. Mark, if you want to see ignorance, turn on The View. Oh, I watched the thing from The View earlier today. It was hilarious. I do like Bitcoin. Yes, Jay, I like Bitcoin a lot. Josh B, you can recover your tab I exited out of on history, I think. Market, when they go, they're moving to the sidelines. That's true. Nicole, why would companies want to partner with GTI and no revenue coming in? Well, I talked about it earlier, Nicole, but one of the reasons they want to partner with GTI is because these companies see the squeeze potential, and they know that that would cause their if they add value to it, they will benefit from a squeeze. It'll soar their stock price as well. And it tends to be when a company has a short squeeze, it settles much higher. So it's good for everybody involved. Gary, you don't see CPI data to tell you your dollar isn't going far anymore. You're right. It's I saw the other day that some people are paying as much as 40% more. Some places in the country, the groceries are 40% higher than 2020. 40%. That's sickening. I can tell you my personal budget has gone up about 30%, which is a lot. It's a lot. I already had a high food budget because, I got 6 kids. And they're teenagers now. So that's not helping. Buying gold to support CBDC to be backed by gold. Now, we'll see on that. Miguel, you're welcome. Thank you. What's up, US1? Bunny, where's Ham? Ham's been doing calls on Twitter. Smash the like button. Thank you, KYP. Appreciate you. Armand, yeah. Listen, so I'm planning with my buddies what my week in San Antonio is going to look like, my weekend. And when I have a night that I'll be available to go out into the town, I'll let you guys know for anybody who wants to meet up in Texas. Yeah, we got our divvy. That's right. The warrants are our divvy. And Jay, you sold your gold to go to Bitcoin completely? Interesting. All right. Why are central banks stocking up on gold? Prior to 2022, there wasn't a single year with over 1,000 tons of central bank gold purchases. In 22 and 23, they bought 1,081 and 1,037 tons of gold. China's central bank alone bought 225 tons of gold in 23 alone. China's single largest addition since 77. Why are central banks stocking up on gold if we're on track for a soft landing? Right? I mean, again, this is like why I keep telling you guys that those of you who are so bullish still on the economy and on the markets, I just show me the data, because all the data I'm seeing completely speaks to otherwise. And then this was somebody already brought this up, but on the 25th, fingers ringing the bell. That's awesome. Well, this guy, I know Dirty Mayo in real life. He's a great guy, and I don't think he'd be making this up, but I know it's not official, but I'm going to be watching to see if this is true. But if it is true, really, really good. They're not going to let a failing company ring the bell. So that's pretty exciting for Finger. We'll get them some great attention. Finger is just looking really good right now, guys. Really good. Jim, I spent the whole first 10 minutes going over the Finger warrants, so you might want to go back and watch that. Oh, Andy, you're going to check out too? Okay, awesome. All right, Vin, I'm going to look at that link. Hold on a second. Dylan, what happened to the ace in the hole name? I changed it because this, so when I started this channel, I started it to be, I was going to talk about a variety of things when I started my channel. Okay. And when, it was like ace in the hole is in like, you have an ace for every situation. I was going to do every day. I was going to have a different theme. And then this channel just became what it was. Everybody started coming to talk about the stocks and the economy, and that's what they stayed for. And so I turned this channel into that. And so it completely lost the original view of what I wanted the channel to be, and that's fine. It's actually turned out better than I expected. But because of that, I just finally got to the point I realized, like, I want people to come to the channel and be able to have a better idea of what they're getting in for immediately. And so that's why I changed the name. So now if there's less silver mined and more silver used for industrial use, less silver than gold, could silver end up worth more than gold? That would help on the world. I don't believe silver will ever be worth more than gold. However, I do think it could make significant gains to where it's not nearly as far behind gold. But I just, you have a good reasoning behind why it could become more valuable. I just would have to see it. For some reason, maybe it's just old school belief that just you can never be worth more than gold. I don't know, for a currency anyways, but we'll see. Josh B, you think corporations are pocketing more profits by raising groceries and goods? You don't think it's costing them that much more? Josh, are you kidding me? Look at oil alone is more than double since Biden came into office. So that alone raises groceries and goods considerably. And then look at all the food processing plants that have been blowing up, all the increased regulations on farmers. I think you're way off base there, man. I really do. Thomas, XRP Ripple doesn't need to buy gold. I hope XRP really takes off. Was this new CEO part of the secret about GTII? No, actually, I was surprised they made this move. No, but it's something. So I hope and it's not a new CEO, it's a new COO. So you're moving to Asheville? That's awesome. Come on to North Carolina, buddy. Ham also said fingers ringing the bell. Okay, that's great. $13 for 2 pounds of hamburger. Holy smokes. I have no idea when finger earnings will be announced now. McLovin in the house. No soft landing, more like kamikaze. Grocery prices are high and shelves are empty. And dollar stores closed. Yeah, 99-cent stores just went out of business too. They go officially bankrupt, I think, June 5th. Thomas, didn't Berta also ring the bell for Torchlight? Oh, good point, I guess. You spent $450 on groceries yesterday to be delivered, Jenny? Oh my God. I'm sorry. All right, Vinman wanted me to share this. This is Sheila Jackson, who just taught us about the moon being full of gas. Putting on her glasses. I haven't seen this yet, so. Having some trouble. That's too funny. There's a lot of funny stuff on the Eclipse going on. I guess I can't falter too much on that. Sometimes those glasses are sucky, man. But that is funny. Joel, you have 27 pounds of silver been buying from Goodwill, melting down, making small break. Are you serious? That's awesome. Winged Wolf, have your supply of the 5Gs. God, gold, ground, grub, guns. That's smart. The one, Finger can take off tomorrow like a lot of other stocks, but Finger's monster. I agree. Bix Weir believes 3-to-1 silver gold ratio eventually. I like Bix Weir. 84-to-1. So he says it'll be 3-to-1, like gold or silver, 3-to-1 more valuable than gold. Wow, that's interesting. Thanks, Tom. Pivo, new GTI COO. He's not CEO. Okay, guys, we gotta be careful on that. But you're right. Dividends on April 29th. That's only 3 weeks away. What do I think of the DJT Bible? Well, for one thing, he gets no profit from it. I've seen Bibles been sponsored by several pastors, historians, stuff forever. So it doesn't bother me at all. And yeah, I don't know. As long as he's not turning profit from it, it doesn't bother me. Reichman is still the GTI CEO. That's correct. 98-cent stars are on the bubble. That's correct. Yeah. Barbara. Okay. I was trying to be fair. TPS, about 2,500 to 3,000 tons of gold mined a year, 26,000 metric tons of silver. Wow. So that's a lot more silver than gold, which would make it so gold is it's going to be very difficult for silver to catch gold. Your dollar store's now at 125. I know. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't agree with that, Pivo. I think not is helping the cause. I do. But there could be stuff going on behind the scenes. Yeah, so. No, Jay, I already looked into it. He's not making any money off those Bibles. He's not. It's going to a charity, I believe. But you don't have to buy it. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. If people want to pay $59 for a Bible, I don't. Everybody's looking for every little thing with Trump. There's enough you could pick out from the past. If you want to tell me it bothers you, he's on his third wife, I get you. You want to tell me bothers you, Trump University bothers you, I get it. But if you're going to be like, he put his name on a Bible and people can decide whether or not to buy it, that doesn't bother me at all. There are things that bother me and stuff that don't. I'm a capitalist, so I want to do it, but I don't look. Trump's not my Lord and Savior, and I don't look at him as my moral salvation. I look at him to fight the assholes who are ruining our country, and he's the only person I see doing it or in a position to do it that's actually doing it. So I'll say that. He is raising money for his campaign. He just made almost $3 billion off DJT. Yeah. So there you go. Some of that money might be going to his campaign. It's not going to it personally. KYP. That's what I saw. It wasn't going to it personally. So yeah, the shoes do. I think the shoes are brilliant. I think the shoes, the NFTs. I mean, I think it's smart. People are going to spend their money. I just don't. It doesn't bother me when people sell stuff, unless I think it's gross or like. I think it's weird when people do certain things. I think that was kind of weird, but I don't think it's bad. But Jay, that's fine. You can say all you want, but I look at it this way, Jay. You call yourself a Republican, and the fact that you're going after the only chance you have of getting your country back the way you want it is pretty hilarious to me. So, but I just see in Trump a guy who, as president, did more for the conservative Christian part of the country than any other president in modern history. And it's not even close. Way more than Reagan, way more than Bush, way more than Nixon. And he did it in one term. So that's, I want Pedro back. He got lost on Twitter. They kicked him off and he hasn't come back yet. I miss him. I was just talking to somebody about that the other day. I miss Pedro. I used to talk to Pedro every day. On DMs, we'd DM back and forth. We'd talk stocks, we'd talk football, we'd talk all kind of stuff. I love that guy. He was one of my best Twitter friends. And him being gone makes me very sad. Makes me very sad. So, great point, Kevin. A lot of people, introduced to the Bible that might not have been otherwise. I think that's a great point. So, hi, buddy. You saying good night? All right, good night. Love you. Mwah. Okay, go let Mom put you to sleep. Oh, yeah, tell Mom. Close the door, please. There you go. Let's see. Not claimed in his video today, Luke said he did not want to do a deal, any deal. I didn't hear him say he didn't want to do any deal, but that's interesting. I thought it was just the deals that were on the table, but yeah, Not wasn't impressed. And I tend to agree if based on that. Swamp hates him so much, he must be doing so much. I mean, I agree. You guys know how I feel about Trump. Nothing's changed for me. If anything, I've gotten more excited as the election gets closer. I am more excited to vote for the man than ever before. Nothing's changed. The more I see these people get pissed off at him, the more I get excited. Every single person I think is bad for our country hates him. So that's all I need to know. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And my enemies are the left. Every single person on the left in power is my enemy. They are ruining our country. They're driving it into the ground. They are changing our culture. They are rewarding and championing mental health. They are attacking kids, perverting kids. They are filthy, disgusting human beings. They think it's okay to kill babies. Every single Democrat voted against taking care of babies that are aborted but born alive. And every single one of them voted against giving those babies life support. I'm sorry. That is as foul and disgusting as you can be. And if you want to keep nitpicking the one person who's actually going to do a damn thing about it, I think you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. And so get over yourself and start doing something good for the country instead of bitching and sitting behind somewhere just being like, hey, oh, nitpick. He's not perfect. Get over yourself. Was Bush perfect? He took us into 2 wars and ruined trillions of dollars, wasted trillions of dollars, killed millions of people, innocent people. The Republican Party is a joke. So don't talk to me about Trump being your issue. God, it pissed me off. I'm so done with it. Trump's better than a Republican. That's what's true about him. It just pisses me off, you guys. Anyways. It's open season on everyone. That's right there. Thank you. I think my boy's beautiful too. Those who still think Biden's not a vegetable, look what's going on now, see how it's working. It's not. We were way better off than Trump. Absolutely. Yeah, JR. See, I agree with that too. Yeah. God uses all sorts of people. Listen, Moses was a murderer. David was a rapist and murderer. Okay. I mean, let's get over it. It drives me nuts. Dogs, you can't wait to be down with GTI down 9%, open to break even at this point. I'm sorry. Look, dogs, it's going to be tough, but we got to hang in there. Yeah, the Nancy Biden driver was crazy, yeah. Look, it just pisses me off is what it does. I get the people who are on the other side and disagree, and I have friends that are like that, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. It's the people who say they're on the side that I'm on, and they just nitpick, and that's what drives me nuts. It gets me pissed off. It does. It gets me pissed off. You guys, like I say, you guys can go after me all the time, but the people who actually say they want the best for our country, from my perspective, what I think is best for the country, and then they keep, those people piss me off more than the opposite side. That's what pisses me off. I mean, you guys have seen me forever. People go with me, after me all the time, all that stuff. It doesn't bother me. You guys can go after me all I want, but I'm fighting for my kids here. I'm fighting for my future, my kids' future, my grandkids. I'm fighting for my country that saved my grandfather's life and my dad's life. And I see it going to hell right now. And I see one person who's actually got a chance to fix things. And from his track record has been fixing things when he got the chance. And the people who who say they want that, who say they're against the left like I am, but yet nitpick the only person who's doing a damn thing about it, that's what pisses me off. The idiocy of it, the sheer retardedness of it just pisses me off. I'm a very passionate person. I really am. But and I rarely get angry, but that gets me angry. Your American manufacturer, Ben, I love it, man. Sooner you're with me. Yeah. Sorry you guys had to see that, but sometimes I just get tired of seeing it's the same stupid stuff all the time. It just drives me nuts. It really does. It is. It's us against a corrupt system. It's not Republicans versus Democrats. It's not. I hate most Republicans. It's not. It's us against evil. It's pure evil what's going on right now. It really is. A beer, one of Ham's gummies. Thanks, Ted. Okay, so Ron says Luke's on our side. Good guy. Hates bad actors. I know this to be. Okay, Ron, I'm going to trust it, man. I trust you on that, buddy. If you know it, you know it. So I trust you. Dave, you've never seen me pissed. I'm sorry. I don't get pissed easy. I'm a really good, easygoing guy. But like I said, that's what pisses me off. That's what pisses me off. You guys finally saw it. I've been seeing so much today in the last few days. It just breaks my heart for our nation. It really does. The violence going on, and to me, it's always the children first. What's going on the border, knowing children are being trafficked, that breaks my heart. And for somebody to be like, oh, Trump's selling Bibles, he's a scam artist. When that same person, sorry, Jay, but I'm calling you out right now. When that same person says they're conservative and they want to fight for, they want to change things in America and get things back on track, and yet they're talking themselves out of the one person who could do it, who's not perfect. I've never said Trump was perfect. But there's not one other person on the Republican side of things actually able to get this done. And so I'm throwing my weight behind the one person who could possibly save our country from going into the absolute hellhole that it's headed into. And that's what pisses me off. That right there. So... all right, Jenny, take care. God bless you. Brad, look at the left. We should not be sending on dollar to any country until we have a balanced budget. I couldn't agree more. You're absolutely right. Jeff, Trump's campaign is more disciplined this time, selling with independence. Yeah, I agree. I thought his abortion statement was very smart. Yeah. On a good note, Nancy Pelosi beat out Ken Griffin on number one trader. That's hilarious. Al... no need to apologize. My real listeners agree with my feelings with vocalizes. Thanks, man. Yeah. I can let them sling when I need to, guys. I just don't usually do it in a public manner, which is what my lives are. Fosman, you're hoping Richard would have announced he was on GTI boards. Deal. I mean, that would have been pretty awesome. I agree with that. I do. I could use a good beer. I don't have any tonight. Candace, in Dearborn, Michigan, these idiots are out chanting death to America. I know. It's crazy. Yeah, I agree with Victor. Market, you make conservatives find it easy to knock Trump, give by. I know, it's so crazy. You see, Diana's in Canada. She wishes she had him. Thanks, Joel. I appreciate it. Let's see. I'm interested to see how many subscribers I just lost. That's always a fun thing to lose. I noticed a couple people jumped off quick after I ranted. Oh, I gained 3 subscribers, so that's fun. Listen, guys, that same passion, I just want you guys to know, that just came out there. That's also what I feel about this. I care about people first and foremost more than anything. And I feel like you guys see how I fight in that's how I'm fighting for us. That's why I started this channel, to fight, because I want justice so bad for us. And I really believe people's lives can get better through these plays, through GTI and Finger, and through understanding what's going on in the economy and stock market. I think it's so important. I want so bad for that to happen. I'm tired of seeing people suffer. Listen, I was in ministry for 10 years. I grew up under a pastor. I've seen people suffering my entire life, been helping people who suffered my entire life, been helping disadvantaged children my entire life. That's what I live for. And I just want to see good people do better in their lives. And so I saw, I personally see a man who's enabling that in Donald Trump and fighting for that. And he's the first president in my lifetime who I actually felt was fighting for me. And that's where that loyalty comes in. But, I feel that, like I said, that same passion as if some idiot comes on here and wants to destroy like what we're doing. I will fight that too. It's just, we have to have that fight in us. And, and I do my best to handle everything as much as possible with grace and stuff. But there is burning passion inside here. That's how I show up every day. I'm tired sometimes, some days I'm broke and I still just keep showing up because it's about the fight, because we have to win. To me, there is my father, he came over here when he was 5 months old, and his family was saved by America. His father, my grandfather, was an Austrian, and he was told by the Nazis, you bear arms for us or you die. And he said, I can't bear arms for you. But he said, can you give me something else? And they said, we'll make you a medic. So my grandfather was forced to be a medic for the Nazis or die at gunpoint. And so what he did, as soon as that happened, he started looking for a way out. And he saved and he escaped and he got my dad to America. And they, because of that, I'm the son of an immigrant. And I just, to me, America is the last best hope for humankind. And I'll fight for this country until the death. I will. And I'll fight for like justice for people too, but it starts with my family and so on and so forth from there. But my country is my family. It's like, there's no, so that's where that passion comes from. And it will always be there, because that's how I was raised. Anyways. Oh, Aaron, 10 more memberships. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that very much. Look at all these good people join in. If I had Trudeau, you'd want Trump too. Well, I'm Biden, so. Jeff supports the pissed ace. Thanks, buddy. Listen, KYP, I'm okay with disagreements. I am. I'm not okay with people, like I said, on my side. And listen, I know you and I have disagreements, but I know you and I deep down want the same things. We just disagree on how to get there. I feel like some other people overlook wanting the same things, and they actually say one thing, but deep down they want another. They're out for themselves or nitpicks. It's a different thing. I don't see in UKYP, despite our disagreements, the same thing I see in other people that I was getting pissed at. So you want my passion on why I'd like and dislike warrants for finger? Thanks, Bill. All right, AC, God bless. Have a great night. June, do I think the GTI dividend will be released? I think it could be by the end of the month. Yeah. April 29th is a year. So we got to hope and pray that something happens there. So at KYP, I got nothing but love for you. We are at a war. I agree with that. We're at a spiritual war, Sign up for Epic. Thanks, Bill. Queefer, world needs that passion. That's why we're here. Your father and a husband want a future for your family. Thanks, Queefer. I agree with you. James, war crisis is so real. I know. It's terrible. Yeah, Candace. Thanks, Joel. I appreciate that. Thanks, Jenny. Yeah, absolutely. Jenny, I know. You're one of the good ones. Yeah. Diana, you do that when people bash Trump? Oh, thanks, KYP. You are awesome. See, this is how it's all about, guys. See, KYP and I have disagreements, but this is how we come together. So, thanks, KYP. You are awesome. Your grandfather was a B-17 bomber pilot? Wow. Why do people think it's behind all the arrests and exposure to self trackers? Well, I mean, there's a lot going on with that for sure. I think the Diddy thing was getting ahead of stuff because I think he has dirt on a lot of famous people, and I think they're trying to get ahead of that. Who's calling me? Hold on, guys. Oh, hold on. Hey, you're up late.
Rocking and rolling. What do you got going on?
Yeah. I wasn't going to be on much longer, but if you want to just give a quick 10-minute spiel, go for it. The people want you.
Let me just close the door. Family's watching TV. I'll just touch on the stuff that I've been following. I have not watched Richard's video on GTII, so I have no comment on that. I have no idea what he said. I didn't get a chance. I could talk about finger motion. Finger motion, someone sent the filing. I forwarded it to everybody. I didn't get a chance to read it, but the warrant is exercisable at 7. What is it, 1 for 10?
1 for 10,
10
yep.
for 1?
Yep.
Yeah, so I guess if every 10 shares you get 1. So there'll be 5 million shares that can be converted at $7. And for those who said it didn't do well for GTI went from 70 cents or $1, whatever it was, it went to 9. So a lot of people did get to exercise at 275. So it does work. It puts more pressure on the shorts. If there's 215 million shares short, which I raised my number, it's 10%. So there's another 25 million shares short, whatever it is, right? 215 million. There'll be another 21,500,000 shares short. Congratulations, Lynn. They just increased their short by 21 million shares. Do you understand that?
Yeah, that's huge.
So they got another problem. It just keeps growing, this whole thing. I think I'm looking for the short interest, the real short. I wanted to see what happens. It didn't come out tonight. It'll be out tomorrow morning. I'm following that. And to see what the real short is 100% tied to the naked short, because no one in their right mind would stay short 1.7 million shares and watch it go up $1.50 in their face. All right? That's, they're losing 1.7 million plus another half of that, another 900,000. So they're down $2.5 million because they have nothing better to do. They're tied to the naked short and getting instructions from them.
Wow.
All right? No one. When the stock was breaking too, if you are separate from them, you would be buying it. Even if you sold it at $3, you're buying it back, you make it 1.7 million on a quick trade. They didn't do it. Obviously, it's tied to the criminals. All right. I reported about Root, ROOT. I told you at 16.58 that it would break to a new high, and the shorts were panicking, covering. Remember, the stock was 7.
Oh yeah.
It was destroyed by the shorts. They went from 30 to 1. They reversed it to 25. Back to. It went always back down to 3. And when it started rallying to 7, the company came out with some news that their revenues were growing and they were going to lose less money. They only lost $7 million last quarter. That's what lit the stock up. Why? Because the shorts know the company's fundamentals are finally kicking in from the IPO, and they'd rather get away from it. Now, they're still in the black because they killed the stock down. I think if you calculate with the reverse in there, the stock, I think the high was, I think it's $500. and it's at 83 now.
Yeah.
But the trading in the stock is the short, throwing in the towel, trying to cover. You can see there is no more selling. On the offer side, there is nothing there for sale. Finger motion today, they sold 70% again. You can see the sell orders coming in, trying to push it down all day long. I had spoken to, and I had 3 hedge funds that were buying the stock. The last couple of days, they've been buying the shit out of it. And they just keep getting plugged. And they just keep coming. Remember, these 3 guys are going to tell their 3 friends. These are the people you want to be buying the stock. This isn't, listen, retail's great. But everyone always says, where are your buddies? They're all around. Mm-hmm. They keep sucking it up. If there's a short that big, there's some people that own sizable positions here. And for those on the call who don't believe what I say, I get it. I say it's 215. You know what? Cut it in half, make it 100 million. I said it on the call, William, today, make it 50 million, make it 25 million. 25 million shares, naked short, and the 1.7 will get you a $50 stock in a blur.
Wow.
All right? So pick a number, whatever number you want it to be. You know the short is here, the manipulation, you can see it, it's posted every day, and we've been posting it a while.
Yep. I
also talked about NVIDIA, just give you some trading ideas. When they crashed the stock down that day, went down $120 from $975 or whatever, 1,000 to $860 or something like that. Every rally has been a short. And I told you the trend is changed. They broke the back of the stock. It's no longer buy the dips, sell the rips. It's when it runs up, you sell the rip short, and it's dropping. The trend is down now.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it. Every rally has been shorted, and it just collapses. So I'm not saying it goes up $10 or $15. It's a short. I would wait for a nice pop where you get one of these good days and it's up $30, $40, over 900. And I posted 9.25 was the spot, and it's breaking down from there. So you can see some of the kingpins are getting slaughtered now, right?
Oh yeah.
I'll give you my opinion. This is my 2 cents. I had to be long all the shit names that I talk about and be short the market. That's how I feel. You know, I think that stocks like GDC, ZYGL, GTII, the TELO, and the finger motion, I'd rather be in those names because I think they're going to be the opposite of the stock market, which I think is going to eventually get wiped out. We've been saying it a while. You've been saying it. They're holding it up with, playing games, just look at Boeing, a Dow component. The planes are falling apart.
Oh yeah.
I was going out to Las Vegas to meet a group of investors, and I'm trying to get on a JetBlue flight so I can get on an A330 versus a Boeing plane. It's like impossible to get off of those stupid planes. The engine's falling off.
It's scary. Yeah, I know. They're not taking off sometimes. The CEO just got dropped.
They kicked him out?
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about the United Airline, the transvestite United Airlines.
Oh, yeah, that's him, yeah. Yeah, he's
That's what I was thinking of that guy. I'm just saying that I'm like yourself. Listen, I'm not a political guy. I was a go out all night type of guy. I was never really into this. But the last, 7 to 8 years of this nonsense is, I'm wide open, and it's got me hooked on it. And I can't stand watching criminals running rampant and no one doing it. I just don't understand the police.
Oh no.
Like I don't know how police forces. I know the police in New York. I know police officers, and they do nothing. Mm-hmm. They don't want to do anything. They're just getting paid and couldn't care less. It's just like if they all know if they do anything, they get in trouble. So
yeah, they're going to be the ones on the news everybody's going to hate.
So they don't do anything.
Yeah.
And to have, 2% of the people trying to control 98% of the people, it has to end. Mm-hmm. And, I just look at the immigrants invading Ireland. Who wants to go there? What are they going there for? The food? The weather? What is it? What are they going there for?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go to the Florida State, the Georgia Tech football game with a big group of people. I don't even want to go there. I mean, I'm looking at it saying, I'm going there for good, and I refuse. I don't even want to go. Who wants to go there? Why are they going there? It's invasions. They're invading countries.
Yep.
It's clear as bell. There's no way that people from Africa want to go to Ireland. They don't even know where it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're being dropped in different places. It's an invasion. I don't know when it's going to end. I just can't believe that it's going on. I would never go to Paris. I would never go to Ireland. I wouldn't go to any of these countries. Spain, I see people standing up fighting now. I mean, I just don't understand it. Mm-hmm. And I think in this country, it's coming, and it's just that, black, white, everyone. I think everyone's had enough of it.
Oh yeah.
They're trying to divide people. And I have many black friends. No one ever fights with each other. Hey, how you doing? How's your day? We go to work. I'll see you later. How's
exactly.
your kids? Okay, good.
Yeah, it's. I mean, what you see on everywhere, it's like 5% of people, but that's getting all the attention and causing all the ruckus and just hurting everybody. It's 5-10% of people. It really is.
Listen, there's maniacs running around. Mm-hmm. I just don't understand young kids with the hate. What are they fighting about?
Yeah.
It's not like they're homeless. They walk around with cell phones. Mm-hmm. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Maybe from a different time. I told everyone I grew up in I'll play it the way it is. I had the Jews to the right. I was with the Italians. The Norwegians are up the block this way. The Puerto Ricans were this way. The blacks we were all in a circle. And everybody played in the middle. It was, we were in the public schools. We all went to the same schools.
Yeah.
We played softball. We played football in the parks. People yelled, but, it wasn't like they were riot. There was nothing. I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, 200, 300 people in the streets every day. We were playing basketball, stickball, whatever we did. No one, there was never any gripes. It's just, it's just the way it was. But again, just I don't want to go on that too much. I know that's your thing, and
You're
I don't
good.
really like to talk about it.
That's all right.
But again, I think finger motion, I'm waiting to see what the short number is. The company's making moves. Kristen put up great videos of the CEO. She found a new CEO, Martin Shen, speaking. There's other videos of Martin Shen. Do your own homework on finger motion. Don't listen to us. The videos are right there. The CEO's telling you there's big deals coming.
Mm-hmm.
They have big partnerships. I've told you that. The only thing wrong with this stock is the criminal activity. There is nothing wrong. They put the stock traded at the 367, and you can see the wash trades to try to mark it down. And for those who don't understand the wash trade, someone throws a bid up at 330 for 10,000 shares. I was putting it up on Twitter. Within seconds, it was 330 bid offered at 335. 100 shares was for sale. But guess what happens? 10,000 trades at 330. The guy who was bidding 330 is the short. He turns around, the 10,000 he just buys at 330, he starts selling it at the market, like he bought the wrong stock. So they're just selling it back and forth to each other to drive the stock lower. Mm-hmm. That's all they were doing. And it's the same pattern that happened in Root. Wall Street's about patterns. You have to understand them. Root went to 60 and 5/8. They crushed it to 46. 60 and 5/8 to 46 in one day. And I kept saying, if it goes back to 60 and 5/8, look out. Slowly up 2, up 3, up 5. Boom, it went to 60 and 5/8. It went to $86 today. It made another new high. It went screaming again. The shorts are trying to cover, so you're going to get these swings up, and then you're going to get a violent drop, and they come back and try to scoop up longs who want to bail out. And you say to me, well, what does that mean with Finger? Finger went up to 367, it dropped fast, and then they come back and try to scoop up longs who bought it, or guys that are trading that say, you know what, screw this, the stock ain't going anywhere, let me get out, or break even. That's the pattern. How do I know it? Because I did it. I've seen hedge funds do it. Everyone's seen it over the years. That's how shorts try to cover. But when you see no selling, like in Root, that means the shorts have given up and are covering. That's 100%. So it's the same pattern in Root as what I see in Finger. Finger doesn't have the telephone numbers yet like Root does, but that's the same pattern. That same spike it, drop it fast. That's the same pattern. All right, I don't want to keep you too long. I know it's late. I'm sorry.
This is great. Everybody wanted to hear from you on Finger.
I was watching the baseball game and I fell asleep. I'm sorry. I just woke up.
You're good. You can join me maybe Thursday around 9. We could go through the week.
Yeah, no problem. I just wanted to update. I didn't know the finger motion filing came out. It's right there.
Yep.
The company's it's going to trade. It's going to get a symbol, FNGR, a warrant.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say it opens up in a market of 10 cents to 50 cents. All right, you can sell those at 50 cents. So basically, you're giving your right away to you having that warrant if the stock ever goes. Now, if you had those warrants, let's say you have 1,000 of them for free, and the stock starts to go and it goes to $85 like Root.
Mm-hmm.
It's a $7 warrant. Let's make it 87.
Yeah.
And you got 1,000 of them. You just gave away $80,000 to sell your warrants for 50 cents.
It's true.
Think about that for a second. So if you are long on the record date, you can always sell your stock, and you can keep those warrants for free.
Mm-hmm.
They're good till 2026.
Yep.
So think about what I just said to you. This is a company with strong fundamentals. This isn't GTI didn't have strong fundamentals, and it still went.
Mm-hmm.
So for those who say it didn't work, the stock went from $1 to $9. The 275, I don't know if you were around, but people were making fun of us. Oh, 275 warrants, never going to get there. And there was a big fight to 275. I don't know if you remember it. And then the stock finally exploded to 9. All right. I know many people did exercise. I know Wall Street blocked many people from exercising. Okay. But on a stock like Finger Motion, they can't block it. They can't stop it. It's fundamentally sound. It doesn't need money. And if it does ever go, okay, let's say the stock goes to 70 and there's 5 million warrants out there. I don't know if anybody can do the math, but 5 times 7, okay, they're going to get $35 million in cash on that raise. It's a way for the company to raise money on a big spike up.
Yeah, it's huge.
And you don't have to ever go to Wall Street to do anything. GameStop and AMC raised money after the stock spiked. And every time they raised money, what happened to the stock? It never went back to that level again. It kept going lower. Am I correct?
Yeah. 100%.
Once they go to the street, you're finished.
Yeah.
So that's a great way to get away from ever dealing with the street. You take advantage, put things in place. You put dividends in place like we're showing you, and you never have to go back to the street. And when the stock explodes, just like they have that big Univest, whatever that big money raise they have, that is available anytime they want to raise money.
Yep.
It's in place for when the stock squeezes. They said they're not raising money down here. The company's been true to their words. The CEO, for anybody, I'll give it another minute. I don't want to keep you guys. The CEO is putting out videos telling you what's going on. Or you can listen to the bashers or hiding behind anything. The CEO is telling you in a video. If he was lying, he would go to jail because they have enough proof to hang him, right?
Absolutely.
He's putting it in video in fair disclosure to everyone. The same thing. I'm getting the same story you're getting, and I'm watching it. William did the interview with them. He didn't even ask him the questions I wanted to know about the dividend, but now we have the information. It's out there already. Anyway, listen, everyone. Have a great night. I don't want to keep you guys. I can go on for. I got wound up, so I'm ready to go. Anyway, listen.
You got your nap in.
Now I'm ready to go. Have a great night. Be safe. All right, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll talk soon. Bye.
You got it.
All right, you guys got the bonus for staying late. For you guys who survived my my rant of passion, you guys got the bonus, the ham call. So I hope it was worth it. But on that note, I'm gonna call it a night. Yeah, you get you get 1 warrant per share. 10 warrants is what is needed to get a share at $7. Okay. So you can get 1 warrant per share. So if you have 1,000 shares, you have 1,000 warrants. If you don't sell them, you can exercise those for 100 common shares later, like when it squeezes. All right. So it's like getting access to 10% more shares. All right. So that's how it works. But we can talk more about it tomorrow, guys. I got to head out. But let me end in a little prayer. If you guys please would like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Check out my other channel if you didn't already. The Epic Awakening, EPOCH, Epic Awakening. And I'll end in a short little prayer. God bless you guys. And so Father, we thank you for today. Thank you for Ham called in with good info. Thank you for what Finger's doing, and pray that GTI is on the same good track of finally getting stuff done. And Lord, I just pray for justice, prosperity for everybody here, and God, above all else, that you just help our country get back on track so that we can prosper. Our kids and our grandkids can have better lives than we ever could have. So we love you and thank you, and just bless everybody here in Jesus' name. These good people. Amen. All right. Bless you guys. I'm going to head out, see my wife. Thank you all for the donations. You guys are so generous tonight. And I really appreciate you guys backing me up after I lost my cool a little bit, but it is what it is. And so I think William's doing okay. So you guys are the absolute best. Love you guys so much. I will see you all tomorrow night and then again on Thursday. Take care.